Hello viewers, and welcome back to the card mat for part 2 of King Swap. Right, on this I'm just going to show you the moves as basic as I can do, get through them, try and keep down to the one video. Right, if you haven't seen the trick, I suggest you go and check out my performance tutorial, link in the description box, or my actual performance of it on my other channel, again, link in the description box. You start off, you're doing a Hammond count, and you use a Hammond count to show so many cards and then swap them and show them same cards again, so you can hide different cards, like in a wild card trick. Again, I'll leave a link in the description box if you want to go and check my wild cards out. So you're doing a Hammond count, so you're peeling the top card off, pulling it into your hand, and have it so that your first finger is covering the edge, so they can't see the edge of the card, so they don't know how many cards you actually got in your hand. Put it right underneath so it's touching the tips of your ring and middle finger and your thumb. Peel off the second card so it goes flush onto the top, again keeping your first finger in the way so they can't see it. Then all you're going to do is put these two cards on the bottom. You've already felt it touching the tips of your fingers and your thumb, so you just push it flat with the pack and just grip it with them two fingers and your thumb as you peel off the next card. So now I've only got one king here, but I just put the other two at the bottom. Then all you do then is just count off the next one and put that down, so it looks like I've just counted 4 kings into that hand. And I'll show you that once more. You pull the top card off, you pull the second card off, making sure that they're hiding behind your first finger. You put them back as you take a third card, then you take a fourth card. Right, so that's your Hammond count. Once more. Pull the top card off, keep it below your first finger. Underneath, let it touch your tips of your fingers and your thumb. Pull the second card off so it goes flush. Underneath, push it flat with the packet. Pinch it with your middle and ring and your thumb. Pull the top card off again so it's in the same place that the others were, and do that again. So it looks like you've just taken all 4 kings. So that's the first move. Right, the next move that I've done, for the life of me, I've never known what the name of this move's called, so I can't give it a name, can't give it credit to anybody. But all it is a way of making a card appear at the bottom. Because obviously, I just got 2 kings down there, didn't I? Well, forget about that, I'm showing you this move. All you need to do is you've got 1 card on the top, which is an ace, and you've got 3 cards at the bottom. And you want to get them to appear, one and then another. So what you want to do is just pull the top card down, the top card of this pack down a little bit, and pull that one down, just so you get the card, them 2 cards there, the ace and the king, higher up than that king but lower down than that ace, because you need to hide your finger behind the card so it can't be seen. Because if your finger's up here and all of a sudden they see your finger go down, even as your hand's going over, your finger disappears, something's happened. So make sure that you got it so your first finger can be hidden. Then all you're doing is using your first finger just to pull them 2 cards, the bottom and second to bottom card out, just so that when you put, because you're going to push down with that finger now, and you want to make sure that it clears that second card so it doesn't take that down for the ride as well. Because all you're going to do is just push pressure on there and push that down. So when you've got it that way, another card's appeared. So when you look at it this way, all you can see is a card appearing. But obviously that's under the cover of your hand. Then all you need to do is just readjust your grip a bit because they've come too far down in your hand. So you're just moving it up a slight bit. And then you've got 2 cards here, so you just pull the top one down a little bit and readjust the other 2, just to try and get the gaps looking right. And again, as you can see, you've got that ace there just floating in between them 2 cards. So there's a gap at the bottom and there's room there for me to get my finger on the top of it without catching that king. Make sure you don't push it up so high or pull that as you're adjusting, pull it so that king goes right the way down to it, because you got more problems then trying to push it down. So again, all you're doing is bending that card out, and as your hand goes over, you're just pushing down on it till it comes out Again, try and get it equal with them as you do it, because it looks a lot better. It will take a bit of practice getting used to how much pressure you've got to put on. But that's basically that move. You have the top card forward with a pack of cards there. You pull the top of the pack down a bit to cause a lip. The other card's hidden underneath it. Pull it out with your finger. Put your hand over as you push it down. And you're keeping it square with your side of your thumb and these 3 fingers. Just readjust a little bit. Again, just do it so you get a little lip. Feel for the back of it. If you can feel a card and your finger comes down, feels another card, you know that's going to be it, because there's only 2 cards there. So if you can feel one, feel down. If you feel one, feel down, and don't feel one, come back up, because you know the first one you're going to come to is going to be the bottom card. And again, all you're doing is just pulling it forward slightly so your first finger misses that other card as you push down, and you get it to appear at the bottom. So there's that move. And you do that move twice in this, so it does get repeated again. Right, the next move to show you is the frustration count. And it's very simple. You're just showing the bottom card. As you turn over, you're just pulling off the top card and putting it down. That's your hand count. Well, I'll go through the entire sequence that I've done. And then we'll go through the entire sequence first. You hold it in biddle grip. Middle finger and ring finger, thumb. Slide off the top, turn it over, show the bottom card. Slide the top card off and put it down. Now you just put a bit of pressure with your fingers onto the bottom card. And you just slide, and you're taking the 2 cards then off here to show another king. Put that down, stick that down. Don't put them down square, put them down so they are offset. Now you're just showing that king, so you need to show the other king. So again, just put your thumb on the top, slide the top card off, show the bottom card, and put that down so it's sticking more towards you. Show the last card and put that down. Make sure that that second to top card is the one sticking out furthest towards the back. Right, so to do that again, you do the frustration count, which I say is very easy. You're just showing the top card, but keep the movements flowing. Don't stop in between them, because it gives people time to think about what's just happened. So you're showing a king, you're flipping over, you're putting it down, you're peeling the bottom card out and you're showing another king straight away before they start thinking, hang on, he's just showing us the bottom card and taking one from the top. So you get the movements going so they can't see what's been going on as you're doing it and don't get to realise what cards are which. If you get what I mean. You got to make sure that you're doing it pretty quickly so that they don't get onto the fact that you're taking cards from here, there and anywhere that you want to. And as I say, put them down scruffy, but make sure the second to last card you put down, or the second to top card, is sticking out more towards you. So you'll be able to pick it up and catch your pinky break by pushing up on it. Pulling up on that card as you square up and you catch your pinky break. And I think that's enough on that bit. So when you're squaring up, to catch your break, all you've got to do is stick your finger on the top of the cards, or your fingers on the top of the cards, pull that sticking out card up as you push in, and you can see that there's actually a gap caused there now. Which all you have to do is get your little finger to keep open. So your little finger is just keeping that gap open for you doing a double top palm. Right, now the double top palm, because you just picked it up and you've caught a break underneath the card, because it's a lot easier to do it that way, because trying to move 2 cards at once is pretty difficult for most of us, especially when they're all square. So you need to have a little break underneath the 2 cards that you want to pick up basically, and all you've got to do is twist it around so that that top corner just sticks out above the bottom cards, because you're going to use that as a pivot, the bottom 2 cards as a pivot, because you're going to push on that with your little finger, and then that'll just flip up like that. So I'll show you what I mean. You've got it with your little break, all you do is just get them to come over the top. I think just pinching on the side and swinging your thumb around a little bit, because when you pinch, you're putting pressure on them two cards and pinning them together, and it just brings it up over the gap. Or if you want to, you can just pull down, split it up and pull down with your finger on the bottom two cards to give you the chance to get it there, so you can get your hand on it and get it away. There's loads of different ways you can do it, but basically you need a break and you need to get the top corner free, so when your hand goes on, even if you're doing it that way, which is probably the easiest way to do it, as your hand goes over, all you're doing is pushing up with your finger, so you're pushing them into your hand, so it's not as if your hand's going right down onto the pack and coming away suspicious. Your hand's just there and it's just getting popped. I missed it. Nice way to teach you. As your hand gets there, they just pop it up into your hand and your hand comes away. And that's the moves. Obviously the last one is just turning cards over, which is, well, you don't need to be told how to do that, and you don't need to be told how to do that either, do you? So hopefully I've kept that down and you can get what it means. I did try and squeeze it into one and I'm glad that I did. Hopefully I'll see how long it's taken. If it's only, happy days. Go and have fun with it, practice it a bit, refer back to the actual other tutorial or my performance on the other channel, and see you soon.